Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Unfortunate Love was how Malishka tells Rishi that they did not get intimate that night when Rishi was questioning her. And she said that in order to provoke Rishi and turn Rishi against Lakshmi. So later she tells Rishi to decide for himself if she is telling the truth or if Lakshmi is the one telling the truth. So let's continue from there. Rishi asks Lakshmi to look into his eyes and understand his heart feelings. He asks, "Did you understand?" Lakshmi asks what? Rishi asks, "Did you understand my heart talk?" Lakshmi says, "I understood that your nose is really cut." And she laughs and says, "Your nose is looking nice being red." Rishi says to Lakshmi that he will cut her nose too and he tries to pull it. Lakshmi laughs. Rishi sits on the bed while Lakshmi sits on his lap while laughing. Lakshmi realizes that they are close and she gets up. Rishi says, "If you get so much happiness because of my nose, then I will ask God to give me 1,000 noses so that you can always cut one daily." Rishi says to Lakshmi that I got mad in love, like people used to say. Lakshmi says you talk big things and she asks if he is not feeling pain now. Rishi pretends to feel pain and says that whoever asks him how his nose turned red, then he will tell them that he had gone to Lakshmi's room. Lakshmi asks him to be quiet and says she would apply cream on his nose and it will be fine. Lakshmi applies cream on Rishi's nose. Rishi applies cream on her nose too. Rishi says enough. Lakshmi keeps the cream and sees her nose in the mirror. Rishi says his nose is fine and even hers is fine. Rishi says he will go. Lakshmi asks why did he come before? Rishi says he was missing her so much so he came and he thought to relive some moments with her. So he came and Lakshmi looks on. Lakshmi comes to Mukesh and asks that what is he making? Mukesh says some guests are coming, so Neelam madam gave him the list of things to make. Lakshmi checks the list and says first they will make breakfast and she asks him not to worry. Mukesh says that he doesn't worry because Lakshmi make impossible as possible. Ayush is exercising in their house gym. The doorbell is about to fall on him. Rishi lifted it and he asks Ayush what had happened to him. Ayush is sad. Rishi apologized to Ayush if he is sad because of him. Ayush asks Rishi not to worry about him and he should worry about himself and Lakshmi. Rishi asks Ayush to come to the point. Ayush says, "I know you love Lakshmi only and only Lakshmi, but you are not telling her that you love her." Rishi recalls his love confession to Lakshmi. Ayush says, "I am your close friend and I know that you love Lakshmi." Rishi says yes and then says that that is not the truth. Ayush says, "Okay, do you care for Lakshmi and do you want to keep her safe?" And Rishi says yes. Ayush asks Rishi to stop Lakshmi's marriage and get married to Lakshmi. He says Lakshmi can risk her life for you, so why can't you marry her? Rishi thinks of what to do because Lakshmi doesn't love him. Ayush says you are thinking wrong and says Lakshmi love you and says you will love Lakshmi after your marriage. Rishi tells Ayush that Lakshmi doesn't love him. Ayush says Lakshmi love you and says Lakshmi can give her life for you and the family and so why can't you marry her? Rishi says there is no advantage. I don't know if I will love Lakshmi from my heart and says sorry. He says Lakshmi's happiness is outside this house and he thinks that Lakshmi doesn't love me, but I love her. Ayush says to Rishi that I am always with you, but I am not with you in this your decision. He says I am against you and I will not get this marriage happen and Lakshmi will not leave from here. Rishi thinks of how to tell Ayush that he loves Lakshmi, but he is helpless. He feels happy that he got a brother like him, but he cannot marry Lakshmi. Bani tells Shalu that they should tell Aunt to help them and says that Aunt can make others silent. Shalu says we are not selfish to use Aunt. Bani says the matter is about our sister and Aunt should come with us. Shalu says yes, we will take Aunt with us. Rano comes there and asks for her charger and Shalu says it is on the table. Shalu and Bani ask Rano to get ready. Rano asks why. Do you want me to go to heaven? Bani says you have to come with us. Shalu says a guy is coming to see Lakshmi and she asks Rano to come with them. Bani asks Rano to tell everyone that the guy is not suitable for their sister. Rano says then a big drama would happen. Bani and Shalu convince Rano and Rano finally agrees and they get happy. Neelam asks Virendra if he is upset with her. Virendra asks, "Why are you asking me?" The groom's family comes there. Neelam greets them. Karishma introduces her family to them. Rishi, Ayush, Malishka and Sonia are also there. Neelam asks what they would like to have, but they refuse to have anything. Karishma says to the groom's family that everything is ready and she calls Mukesh. Neelam asks the groom's family if their son did not come. Rano comes there with Shalu and Bani. Karishma asks, why have you come? Shalu says we have come because our sister cannot get married to a random guy, and Grandma asks them to come in. Vikrant's sister-in-law says that Vikrant had some work so he couldn't come. She says by the time we came to know about this, we were about to reach here. Neelam says it is okay. Vikrant's mother says we brought the priest with us for the horoscope check-in, and they give the horoscope to the priest. Ayush asks the groom's family for the groom's photo. Neelam asks if Ayush have any problem. Saloni, who they like to be Vikrant's sister-in-law, but she is Vikrant's wife, says that her brother-in-law's photo is in the car and I don't have his photo. Vikrant's mother asks Saloni to show Vikrant's ID card that she has in her purse, and Saloni shows the ID card. Ayush says that the groom looks like Salman Khan. Shalu says he is Ritik Roshan. Malishka, Sonia and Bani laugh seeing the photo. Shalu and Bani also laughs. Rishi asks Vikrant's mother about the photo. Vikrant's mother says her son is not good looking, but he handles business well and he is very competent. In the room, Lakshmi thinks that she should not think about it and she should get married and go away from this house. Saloni asks the Oberois when Lakshmi will come. She says as we have come to see Lakshmi, then Vikrant would also come later to see her, and then the marriage date will be finalized. Ayush asks Shalu to show them Lakshmi's photo. Vikrant's mother says we have already seen Lakshmi's photo and says if you have any objection, then we will meet Lakshmi when Vikrant comes. Karishma says I will make you meet Lakshmi. Neelam says I have no problem. I have called you here to meet Lakshmi, so you will definitely meet her. Rano asks Vikrant's mother what is her son's business. Vikrant's mother says her son does a big business and that is why he did not marry till now. Karishma comes to Lakshmi and asks her to behave well with the groom's family, and she asks her to come, and Lakshmi goes out. Vikrant's mother says Vikrant has business overseas also, and Rano says it is a big thing. Rishi says to Vikrant's mother that it is good and says your son has done a lot of hard work. Saloni says Vikrant values his professional and his personal life. Grandma asks about Vikrant's brother who is supposed to be Saloni's husband. Saloni lied and says he is a president in an American company and he will come after an hour. Virendra asks Vikrant's mom that what does your husband do? Vikrant's mother says he does nothing because he is a retired bank employee and he has gone out to the orphanage with his friends for a program. Rano thinks that Lakshmi should get married to this family because they are rich, and Lakshmi comes there. Neelam tells Vikrant's family that she is Lakshmi. Shalu make Lakshmi fall down on Vikrant's mother. Lakshmi says sorry. Vikrant's mother says no problem. Saloni says it happens due to nervousness. Lakshmi touches Vikrant's mother's feet. Rano asks Lakshmi to touch Saloni's feet also. Saloni asks Lakshmi to hug her instead and says I will be your sister, and she praises Lakshmi's beauty and her name. Karishma thinks that Lakshmi is inauspicious, but they are praising her a lot because they don't know. Vikrant family's priest tells them that the horoscope have matched well. Vikrant's mother asks the Oberoi to get their horoscope checked by their priest, and Grandma says okay, we will get it checked. Mukesh brings snacks. Rano says Lakshmi made the snacks and she is very good with cooking. Shalu, Bani and Ayush get upset that Vikrant's family like Lakshmi. Vikrant's mother likes the snacks and says her soul got happiness. She asks if Lakshmi can make anything, and Lakshmi says yes. Karishma tells Neelam that it seems that the family like Lakshmi and the marriage will be fixed soon, and she get happy. Ayush goes to his room and says the marriage will not happen because the guy is not looking good. But what if mom and Neelam auntie convinces Lakshmi? He then says that Rishi will not be convinced because he loves Lakshmi. But what if Rishi also gets convinced? Vikrant's mother fixed the alliance and says that they like Lakshmi a lot. Saloni says if she can, then she would have taken Lakshmi with them right now. She asks Lakshmi if she will make their house as ours. Grandma says that Lakshmi is going to answer, but first, let Vikrant meet Lakshmi and let them like each other first. Vikrant's mother says to Grandma that she would ask Vikrant to come here from the office and says that it is her blessings and good fortune that Lakshmi should be her daughter-in-law and they leave. Rishi tells Neelam that he doesn't like the guy seeing the photo. Neelam says you cannot judge the guy only by seeing his photo, and Virendra says yes. Grandma asks Neelam if they are not in a hurry to get Lakshmi married. Ayush comes there and says that the guy is a bad person with his look and says, I don't like him. Karishma gets upset. Shalu and Bani says that they also don't like the guy. Sonia says if you don't like the guy, then take Lakshmi away from here and all the problem will be solved. Rishi says to Sonia that you have misbehaved with Lakshmi again and says this house is not yours. You don't earn money for Lakshmi or cook food for her, so why does her stay here bothers you? Neelam says Sonia is your sister. Rishi says then Lakshmi is my, and then he stops and says Lakshmi is my responsibility. Lakshmi stops Rishi and says that she wants to meet the guy and get married. She says she doesn't want anyone to fight because of her. Karishma says if you were not here, then we wouldn't have fought. Rishi says first he would like the guy before he can allow Lakshmi to marry him. And Karishma says so you want to do this for a worthless Lakshmi. Rano shouted at Karishma and reminded them that they had made Lakshmi as their daughter-in-law before and they begged for her hand in marriage, so they should mind what they would say about Lakshmi. Rishi says, I am not against Lakshmi's marriage. I just want to like the guy. Ayush says that they were insisting again and again that the guy was good, but he suspects that something is fishy. Rano says to everyone that she likes the guy's family. Neelam says the marriage would happen if Lakshmi likes the guy, but Rishi and Malishka's marriage would happen at the decided date and nothing will stop it. Lakshmi comes to the room and hears Shalu, Bani and Ayush talking on how they will stop her marriage. Bani says that she doesn't know what destiny has in store for Lakshmi. Lakshmi asks them to leave everything on her destiny and she puts Shalu's ear, asking that what was Shalu trying to do downstairs by making her fall. She says, what if I had fallen down? Shalu says sorry and she hugs her. Lakshmi asks Shalu not to do this again and she asks all of them to let her marriage happen. She says you all will not do anything wrong and she tried to leave from there, but Ayush, Shalu and Bani say sorry at the same time and Lakshmi turned back. Lakshmi asks that why are they saying sorry? Ayush comes forward and says we are saying sorry in advance because we will do everything to stop your marriage. He says you might get hurt in the process, but we are sorry. Bani says you will not get hurt too much and says that they will not let a marriage happen and that is why they are all saying sorry and Lakshmi looks on. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and share it and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.